Hi gamers. Hi. I don't want to listen to this playlist anymore. Where's my other one? Where's my other playlist? There it is. Hi playlist. Hi gamers. I have to start the game. This is too loud. That's better. Now I can hear my own brain thinking. I love it when I can do that. Hi. I'm here. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here for. My internet today is not okay. What fucking launch? What is the difference? Hold on. I have to Google some things. I have to Google these things. Should I use Vulkan or DX12 for peak? Vulkan. Using Vulkan. Bidding. Oh. Use DX12 first? Mobile. The fuck? Oh. Oh. What the fuck? Oh. Let's try DX12 and see what happens, shall we? I don't know the difference between those. Also, someone has been joining in on my fucking, W place art, and I don't know what to do with that knowledge. They've been helping? Suddenly realized that there's some stuff colored in that I did not color in, and I do not recognize the username either, so it's just like some random person, and I feel fear. But also, oh my god, someone's helping me with my art? What the fuck? But also fear. What? 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, I am doing W place right now. I apologize, chat, but this is really important. What the fuck? Like that? That feels like too many. Oh, this goes lower. Hold on, gamers. Anyway, how we doing, chat? While I'm completely distracted, peak is starting, by the way. I'm not just looking at my W place. I swear. I'm not. Oh, I've done this completely wrong. Hold on, guys. I need to do this. This needs to be done before I do anything else. For my own sake. Like that. Yeah. Yeah. And we will start the game in a minute once I've just sorted this out. Because I don't want this person wasting their time coloring in the wrong bits. Because I haven't finished the outline yet. That's not fair. Down like that, and then, no. Then straight up. Yeah. There we go. Okay, that bit. That looks good. Okay, cool. I've done that. That's fine. Now I'm focused. I'm not distracted at all. We're peeming. We are peeming once again because I'm upset. Where the fuck is my game capture? Where? Oh, there it is. It's already highlighted. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. Ah, doing my best. I'm going to play in offline mode because my internet has been stinky. If anyone does end up wanting to play, I can always swap. Speaking of which, no, that just is. Okay. Let's just beep, boop, done. Wow. I unlocked new one. What the fuck just happened to me? I think I unlocked new cosmetics. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of sick. I am a little bit attached to this though, is the only thing. Oh. Does that feel more lemony? That might feel more lemony, honestly. I look like a little spooker. Like a little spooker. No, this is my face. Yeah. Oh, I could add this to bring home the look, maybe. I don't like any of these. I want to get the... I know there's an astronaut thing. I think I want to get that. Let's do the... This is my new face. Here I am. Oh, this feels very me. Less filled with rage. I like this. I don't look as angry. That's kind of nice. Okay, let's peem. It's time to peek! We're achievement hunting again, because of course we fucking are, but mostly I just want to peek. I should have done a pulse scout one. I should have done a tenderfoot run. For routing purposes. Nah, we're not cowards. We'll do a proper run. I'm not a coward. I kinda don't want to have background music for this game. I kinda don't like it. I'd rather have... Where's Big Chat? Here's Big Chat. Oh, it's blue. I've never seen the beach be blue before. I know it can happen. Because... when YouTube first found out about the game, there's a bunch of YouTubers that all played on the same kind of day. They're all playing on the same map, and you can tell because the sand is blue. But I've never seen the sand be blue myself. This is intriguing. What have we got in terms of... Oh, we've got lots of food. Lots of food. That'll keep me going for at least 5 minutes. Surely. Cook that. Hold on. Does the... No, it doesn't. I just did that for no reason. I'm sure that those scout cookies changed their picture when I cooked them. I don't know for sure. I think I might be losing it. I think I'm developing Peem schizophrenia. Peem psychosis. Hallucinating Peem. It's what happens when all you do is think about peak. That's not all I do. I think about Minecraft a lot too. That's enough. It's warm in my room. It's been cold all day and now it's warm in my... There's so many packages. This is such a weird formation. And there's so many packages on it. So many luggages, in fact. Ooh, a Nola bar. It's going straight in my mouth. Lucky me. Wow, this is a weird formation. I've not seen anything like this, like, on the front of the beach before. Oh, wow. This is an interesting shore generation, my goodness. What is going on here? That's intriguing, I'm intrigued. I love the lollipops. balloon! Okay, we have to hoard these. I need 6. I need 6 balloons. You see. For, reasons. I think it's 6. Apparently you can get bundles as well, but I've only ever seen them in, like, singular pairs. But basically we need 6 balloons. Because that, 6 balloons and maybe an umbrella actually as well. Because that's how, oh, I would like an umbrella. Actually, that would be really nice. I've never had an umbrella before. It's such a nice item. The reason being is that there's an achievement you can get. Because of course there is. Because everything I do is about achievements. For floating away with the balloons. And I believe you need 6 of them to do that. Also, I don't know if it's possible this island, but I would like to go for the gold bing bong this run if I can. I'm hoping the tomb is open. It was so fucked up. I tried it one day and the tomb was open, except the door into it wasn't. I don't need this. There is... I saw a package over there that I'm going for. I'm also climbing down this way because I have no self-preservation instincts. Ha 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 ha. And having the balloons would be quite useful for that. If I can get some. I don't know though. I don't know if I'll have them before then. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I knew I'd seen a package here. A luggage, a first aid kit, and a piton. Piton. A spam tongue. I'll take the first aid, but I might not use it. Per se. I think that's everything I want from this area, honestly. I'm pretty full up on stuff. But yeah, we have to save the balloons. We have to get 6 of them. Is it going to take up literally all of my pocket space? Abso-fucking-lutely. Do I care? Not really. Well, maybe a little bit. It might be inconvenient. It's very dark out. Ooh, luggage. This water's so purple. This beach is such a fun color. I've never seen the beach be this color. I do like how there are like rare color variants of the biomes. Ooh, I wonder if the mesa has a rare color variant. And I wonder what color that is. Oh, I hope it's a cool color. Oh my god. 2? 2 of them? Okay, we're dropping this. We're taking 1 big lollipop. And then we're eating this. And we're taking another big lollipop. I'm so big lollipop pilled right now. My goodness. Look at this fucking, this red lollipopage we got going on. 3 of them. 3! What will I use them for? I do not know. My problem with the big lollipops is I always save them for like a special occasion. And then I'm at like the top of the kiln and I'm like, oh wait. I don't need this anymore. There never seems to be the perfect opportunity for me to use them. Oh, I might just use one to get up. Ooh, hello, yellow crispberry. Don't mind if I do. I kind of want to just use one just to get up one of these big areas, honestly. This is not... There are a lot of big cliffs going on here. I think I'm gonna go up here. I think this is my route. But I think it's... we're gonna have the big lollipop. Alright, let's see. I think we can get up to this little bit here, fine. I think I'm gonna lollipop here just for the sake of... I don't know, making sure I get up there or some shit. Something like that, anyway. It's understandable. Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, I don't like this bit. This is the bad bit. This is the What the fuck is this? What is this? You think I can make that jump, chat? Oh, let's give it a shot. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, we can make that jump. We're so jumpy. Oh, really? Fuck you. That's what I think about that. Ow. I didn't need to do that. I could have just gone round. I don't know why I felt the need to do that, but at least it goes away after a while. I should let my stamina regen. Like a normal person. Instead of fucking rushing my way up the mountain like some kind of insane bat out of hell. It doesn't look too difficult from here on out, actually. It looks... okay. Are those yellow crisp berries over there? Damn. I mean, I'm not going over there. Just for some yellow boys. Orange! Yay! Does it have a balloon in it? No. It does have an energy drink, though. Wow. I'll drink this for fun. Look at me fucking go. Oh, hell. Oh, no, those ones are green. We don't want them. We don't claim those bitches. Where am I? Where am I? Fighting for my life right now. But I should be posting my Go Live notifications more places. Do I, though? No. I'm not a very good streamer. Actually, no, I'm a good streamer. I'm just not very good at, like, networking or whatever. We're gonna use a little bit of extra stamina for this, but that's okay. We'll get some more. We always have some. Speaking of which, ooh, a scout cannon. I'll take it. I'll save it for the canyon. Will I? I don't know. Oh, I bet I should get it when I have if I get a parasol, I should totally use it. That would be so based. I get so high up using that. Oh, I hope today is actually a Mesa day. I don't know whether it's still Mesa every day at the moment yet. I didn't check. I know it was for a week. When was the update? Monday? It's not been a week yet. Was it Monday? Was it really this Monday? That doesn't feel correct, but I can't think of any other. When was the update? Hold on. That cannot have been this Monday. Wait, was it actually? Who pinged me? We got a Haley baby stream. When was the big Mesa update? Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Hold on. August 11th. Yeah, it was on Monday. What? Oh my god, it's not even been a whole week yet? Okay, it will be a Mesa day today. That's good. But also, oh my god, that was only last week? That wasn't even a whole week ago? Time is fake, man. My goodness. That feels way longer. Ugh. I have no sense of time passing anymore. It's not okay. I'd like my sense of time back, please. I should have waited. Oh well. I want to see that Pika dude. It's like a Herobrine type guy that keeps peeping at people. I want to see him. I want to see that man. I want to know he's real. Is he real? I don't know. I love this game. I love that they'll just put cryptids in this game. No questions asked. That's just a thing they do. I saw luggage up here, so now I feel legally obligated to go for it. Oh fuck. Oh shit, no. No! Ah! I shouldn't have done that. Venus Sickman. Okay. Bad plan. Is there a way to get up there, or is that luggage just really not that luggage is just really annoying to get? I mean, I could use a lollipop, but I kinda don't want to. Why am I so sleepy? There could be something really cool up there. No, I don't need to go up there. It's not, there's no point. Do you think everything is gonna be a weird color today, or do you think it's just the shore that's a weird color today? Why does Bing Bong Airlines keep dropping me here? Why does this keep happening? I'm starting to believe that they're not particularly trustworthy as a general organization. Balloon? No. Damn. Oh, hello. Which one's this one? Bonus rule 2. Eh. I already have that one because I got the achievement. What's in here? Ooh, cure-all. Yes, please. I will sacrifice my first aid kit for a cure-all. I'll quite happily sacrifice my... I'm gonna drink the energy drink as I go down. Oh. Pick the marshmallow up first, and then cook the campfire. Oh, that's a funky tropics. Oh, geez, that's a really funky tropics. Okay. Yellow crisp-berries? Oh my god, yellow crisp-berries. Wow! Another piton. Do I want another piton? I don't have space for him. I'll have to leave him here, I guess. Is this one yellow? It looks green. It is green. Rip. Kingberry! Oh, those are so good. Those are so good for me. Ah, it's raining again! No. Ooh, rope cannon. I like rope cannons. We're gonna do this. We are going to eat the trail mix. We're just gonna carry this guy with us, even though he's really huge and kinda gets in my way, but it's fine. It's fine. Fuck it, I'm looking at it now. Off I go, gamers. Was it worth it? Maybe not. Do I feel good about myself? Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh, am I gonna get up here? Is this even the best way to go? I don't fucking know. I'm sure I'm going up this way, though. I'm over here now. I don't know if that was a play, but it's too late now because I'm over here. This is where I am. This is where I'm gonna be. What's in here? A Nola bar. Tasty. And a health kit. I can't really use that right now. Oh god, this is a bad idea. Okay. If this one... I gotta stop doing that, man. It's not good for me. It's not good for my health. Rope spool. I don't really need one. I don't need a rope spool right now. Give me some fucking loons. I want some balloons. Please, please. I just want some balloons. What am I planning here? Where am I going? This could be a rope cannon situation, honestly. I'm not going to resort to that just yet. That's a bit of a desperate measure. I haven't even checked the other side of the mountain. Let's check the other side of the mountain. Let's have a look. Oh, this looks promising over here. What's going on over here? Hello? Hello? Wow! I shouldn't have jumped there. That was a bad plan. Well, too late now. Here I go. Wow. Fuck, this is a weird tropics. This is a very weird tropics. I'm not going to miss this tropics, I don't think. I miss my tropics. My good old tropics. From when I got all my other achievements in the span of like a day. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. That is not... Oh, that has not gone in my favor. Okay, the fog's rising. Oh, no. Here's an ad break. I'm gonna take a quick minute. Just to, let's start that up. Oh, for fuck's sake! Really? No way, man. What? Oh, it's just gonna rain forever while I... Come on. Please. My head's empty! Help! Help me! Let's do that. I never remember to put up live things going, hi, I'm live, ever. I never fucking remember. So today I'm going to, and that's what I just did. Will it help? I don't know what I'm doing, chat. I mean this in game. No, I know what I'm doing in game. I mean this in life. And also in terms of just streaming in general. What the fuck am I doing, guys? Where the fuck? Where the fuck am I going? I mean, this is kind of a based route, actually. It's like a little ladder. This is kind of great, honestly. Oh, this is a little steppy. I'm really not sure on where the Look, is that? That shouldn't be a thing. I don't know which way to go from here, though. I could... maybe rope... or I guess I could go this way. I don't know. Let's see what's this way, I suppose. Fuck! It's fucking raining! Oh my god! I'm gonna lose it! Ah! Ah! I hate rainy. I'm sorry, chat. I am so spaced out today already, and I've barely been streaming like 2 minutes. It's been half an hour. What do you mean it's been half an hour? The fuck? No way it's been half an hour. Maybe I'll play some Minecraft later. I've been playing more Minecraft again. I really do love a good bit of Minecraft. Wow. What's all this then? What's all this then? Oh fuck. Oh, that's a lot of mountains still to go. Oh, I could vine from the top of this tree, actually. That might be the play. And then I'd be over there. I don't know what's so great about over there, but I just have a feeling that I need to be there. I could not tell you why. I don't think it's any better or worse than over here, actually. Maybe I'll just stay over here. Over this side. I'm gonna climb to the top of this tree just to look at things. I love seeing. I wish I could see. It's so rainy. Wait for the rain to go away. I'm sleepy! I don't want to be sleepy. Oh, hi. The rain's gone. There's no luggage over there, is there? Okay. That's all I really... Oh, there's luggage over there. Oh, there's luggage over there. I kind of want it. I'm going for that luggage. I don't think I'm going to get fogged anytime soon. They slowed the fog down in the tropics as well, so even my, like, mental image of where the fog is probably, like... it's probably, like, way further ahead than the fog actually is. Like, the fog's way slower than I think it is. I don't know how much they nerfed it by, though, but I know they nerfed the fog. Can I actually get across? Oh, yeah, I can. This might call for a lollipop, actually. First, I'm gonna explore around the front here, though, because I bet there's some good shit. Fuck off! My god, there's so much weather here. I'm not in the mood for all this weather. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, this is definitely a rope cannon sort of situation. Okay, baby. Let's be real, when else am I gonna use it? In the kiln? I'm not hanging onto that rope cannon all the way into the kiln. I know what I'm like. I'll carry it the whole way up the fucking mountain and then not use it. Is this one green? Yes. That is not... Oh, that is green. Okay. I was about to get real offended. This kind of sucks. Just use this, I guess. This looks stinky. This looks just stinky, you hear me, game? This looks just stinky! If it's not a balloon, I don't want it. I guess the health pack was kind of useful. Ugh! I need to calm down. I think I need more coffee, actually. I don't know what I need. I should warn you guys, I've not really slept that well the past few days. Oh boy, the brainworms. And I don't mean the autism, oh I'm hyperfixating brainworms. No, the bees, the buzzy ones. That kind of brainworms. Ugh. I'm gonna spend this whole stream yapping consistently, and none of it is gonna mean anything. I am the white noise streamer. That's what I've decided this minute now. See, I'm doing it right now. None of what I'm saying means anything. I'm just saying things. I'm just saying things. What the fuck? I want up this tree. Let me up. Let me up this tree, please. Yay! I'm gonna eat my thick mints. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm not so hungry. What's going on up here then? What's all this then? Ooh, there's a thingy up there. I don't know if I can get... Oh, I should have climbed the tree. No, I don't have time! The fog! Where am I going? I'm just gonna fucking go. I'm just fucking going. I'm overthinking this. Would you up? Up is where I'm going. I'm going to the mesa. The mesa is up. That's my plan. That's my grand plan. Grand slam. What is a grand slam? I've heard tales of this grand slam, but I don't know what it is. I'm just saying words. I've heard people fuck! I've heard discussions of a legendary grand slam. What is that? What is a grand slam? I think I've had 2 cups of coffee today already, and I don't think that's enough caffeine. I think I need more. At least I'm awake. At least I'm awake. And alive. Mostly alive. I cannot believe we struggled so much in the tropics when we first started playing this game. Like, what was wrong with that? Was that first tropics just really fucking difficult? I don't know. I don't know why we struggled so much. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. I'm in the sauce. I'm lost in the sauce. Well, at least I'm not hungry and in the sauce. Fuck! The sauce! The soup! I'm in it. I'm in the soup. I'm climbing this. I don't give a fuck what this shit says. I'm climbing this. I'm climbing this! You can't stop me! That's what I feel. Yeah, right, game. That's what I said. You can't stop me. I don't care how rainy and or poisoned I am I'm climbing this. None of you bitches can stop me. None of you bitches can stop me, video game. I'm the conqueror of this land. You can tell by the crown that I'm wearing on my head, except this game does not have a third-person mode, so I can't show it to you. I think all games should have a third-person mode. It doesn't even have to be like a good third-person mode. I just want to look at myself sometimes, you know? I mean, I guess they put the mirror in the airport. That kind of works. Sometimes I just need to— fuck! I just need to look directly into— oh no, oh no, oh no, this is not good. Oh, there's a peak. I may have to cure all, actually. I'll see how I am going into the mesa, but I don't think going into the mesa with this much poison damage is a good idea. Honestly. Maybe it'll give me another cure-all. This game does really like giving out cure-alls. I guess because a lot of the, arcane items are, multiplayer only, I suppose. So if you're playing by yourself, what's the point in having a scout effigy, you know, or a bugle of friendship? It's just less things for it to pull from, I suppose, is why I keep getting fucking cure-alls. There are other things it could give me, though. Instead of a cure-all, I would like it to give me a cure-all, though I do already have one. God, I'm such a fucking yapper today. My God. Just yapping and yapping and yapping. My goodness. What is it? It's an anti-rope spool. I'm okay with this. We'll put the cannon in here. We will take the cure-all after we've campfired, because sometimes the poison is going away, so I might be alright, actually. Luggage! Granola bar! I should cook it! Fuck. Too late. Too fucking late. I was too excited. Damn it. Oh well. Hi, campfire. Cook, cook, cook. Okay, now we see. Are we getting a mesa? Yes, we are! Lovely, lovely. There's water in the mesa? I bet that's a mirage. I bet that's fake. I bet it's fake news. Here we go. This is the way to do it. Just carry your fucking marshmallow down the mountain. Oh, it's gonna get hot. Oh no. I'm gonna get roasted. I still haven't found very many loons. Or a fucking umbrella, either. Man, I just want a brolly. Is that too much to ask? I wonder if I can look up whether the tomb's open today. That might be a little cheaty feeling, actually, if I did that. Oh, tumbles weed. Please don't make me hot. Cool. That's not real. That's not a real luggage. Man, this one's so difficult to like traverse quickly is the one problem. Because the shade is so like... You like have to stay in the shade. But like what if the fog? I think I worry about the fog too much. There's fucking nowhere to hide from all that fucking fog. Did that tumbleweed just disappear into the ground? Oh wow, that tree is fake. How fucking rude. Don't tumbleweed me! Don't do it! I don't want to get tumbled weeded, please. I'm so zoomies. Uh-oh. No! No. I ain't about that. I ain't about those vibes. What the fuck is going on up there? Don't do it. Don't fucking do it, Mr. Tumblesweed. There's just so much... I don't want to run across that. But... Ah! Are the shadows getting longer? Is that sun coming up or down? It must be going down, right? There's an achievement for doing this with only 10% heat damage. I'm just gonna run for it. Please, 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 please. I'm in the shade, I'm in the shade. I don't know what constitutes 10%. Capybaras! They're real! Am I too hot here? Oh my god, he's got a little cowboy hat! I'm a little toasty here. Oh, I get cooled down immediately. Oh my god! The barras are here! I thought they were Alpine exclusive, but they're not. Oh, they're little babies. Oh, this is so exciting. This fills me with joy. Whimsy, in fact. I'm just gonna try keep my hot to like one little square and hope for the best, I suppose. Did the sun go down already? I mean, it's going down. So that's something, I suppose. I just... Ah! Ah! Don't tumbleweed me, please. I'm just a little baby bitch. I'm so shady. Oh, I'm so... That's a bitch and a bastard, and I'm not dealing with it. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I'm in the shade! I want to stand too close to that thing. Freaks me out. I got the achievement for surviving the attack. Now I don't have to go near it. Okay, that's how this works. And I don't want to go near it. I don't feel like going near the creepy bug thing. So far I've only found one balloon and I need to find 6 by the end of this. I don't know if I'm gonna find enough oh fuck, that's a NATO. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit, he's coming at me. He's coming straight for me. Oh my god. This is a really bad place to get tornadoed. Uh-oh, 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 sisters. I'm in danger. They don't go across the canyon, right? Surely. Surely. Oh, this is the best time to climb out of here, when it's night. I've got to get oh, I almost fell down that hole. Oh god, that's kind of terrifying. I've not actually managed to peek the... Hi, Squiddy! How are you? How are you? Fucking let me up! Oh my god. I have failed to find the hole that leads to the tomb, but that's unless that is the hole that leads to the tomb. No, I think that's just a hole. Procrastinating on packing. Yeah, that sounds like something you do. I kinda wanna go for that chest. I got plenty of nighttime. I've got a lot of moonlight to work with. You may or may not leave tomorrow. Oh my god. Look, Squiddy. I'm such good background noise today. I'm a class A yapper today. I make such good packing background noise. You hear me? You hear me? I think you should pack. I'm such good packing background noise. I'm such good background noise in general. I just yap. I'm such a yapper. That's not a balloon! It's fine. I'll eat it anyway, I guess. I guess I'll eat it. Okay, Mesa. I have to conquer it. Ooh, another one. What's in this one? Fuck you. It is not, in fact, a balloon. I'm never gonna get my loon achievement. Man. Oh, luggage. Should I be climbing this based on luggage locations? Probably not. Am I going to? Absolutely, yes. I'm going to prioritize finding luggage over climbing. Oh, that's a shell fungus. I kind of want that shell fungus, but I'm not. I don't want to. As I should. Yeah. Whatever I say, I do. That's exactly what I should be doing at all times. I'm never wrong, of course. Everyone knows this about me. I'm just 100% correct at all times. No one should ever question me. Hello, not a Piton. This is why we have Leonard Durr. What the fuck is Leonard Durr? I don't understand this. That's just my name, but incorrect. Ah! I want a pipcax. Hey. Hello, hello. Hello. Box. Hello, 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 box. Hello. Oh, the fog. No. None of these are a fucking what the fuck thing I wanted. That thing. A balloon. None of these things are a balloon. I'm going to eat my last sickment, specifically so I can carry this energy drink, because I have a feeling it's going to come in handy. Imagine eating. That implies that you haven't been. Which brings me concern. Ow. I shouldn't have done that. But it's too late now, because I already did it. Imagine sleeping. Are you, like, good? And if not, do you want to, like, talk about that? Or, like... Oh, fuck. It's sunrise, and I'm not in the shade. Oh, dear. Imagine taking my meds. You should take your meds. You should go take those. Look, if I can remember to take my meds every day, then so can you bitches. Nothing better not come over here. I will not be happy if it does. Boo, I sound like your therapist. What do you mean? Am I the therapy friend? Is that what I've become? Maybe. I'm just an advocate for self-care, okay? My god. I wonder how much 10% is. What's 10% of my health bar look like? I honestly don't know. I wish I could... I wonder if there's a mod that shows me, like, my stats in percentages. That would be neat. Is there? I don't know. Can I use mods right now? I don't know that either. Couldn't before. But maybe the mods have updated by now. Ooh! I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I don't know what I'm doing. What the fuck am I doing? This is worse than the cold one. I miss the Alpines. I never thought I'd say it, but I do. Oh fuck. This is going poorly. This is going poorly. Let me over there! Just gonna shove myself up against this wall for a minute. Don't mind me. Okay. So I'm just gonna climb up from here. Uh-oh, I'm running out of shade! Oh, I'm running out of shade! Oh, fuck. This sucks. This place is tricky. I am not a pro gamer. Oh, fuck, there's a scorpion. Ew. Anyway. Oh, scout cannon. I don't need one of those. I already kind of have one. Everything's fine, guys. Don't worry about me. Can't relate to wanting to remove all your skin. Oh. Oh, when I say things like that, my therapist usually agrees with me. I don't know whether that says more about me or the therapist, to be honest. I want that luggage. I want that luggage. Sports drink, mine! Well, at least the game isn't lagging real bad for me anymore. That's something, I guess. Have I eaten all my food? I think I might have. Oh, I've eaten all the food. Though I do have the cure-all if I get really hungry. So there's that. Oh, fuck! The sun! Oh. Evil. Luggage. Yeah. I just want to peek with the mesa. And then we'll work on achievement hunting. Big time achievement hunting. Oh, where am I going? I'll never tell. That's a fucking scorpion right in my path. Right where I want to be. Hey bro, you're kind of chilling on my foothold here, little man. Can I just climb past you real quick? Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Is this climbable? Is this climbable? Oh my god, just about. What the fuck? Holy shit. That should not have worked as well as it did. Thank you, Squiddy. Oh. This place is stinky. This is fine. I hate the sound of those little scorpion legs. Does it smell like nitroglycerin? I don't know what nitroglycerin smells like. Is nitroglycerin stinky? Oh, hello, lollipop. My beloved. You're not trusted around it, damn. Rip. Oh, there was luggage over there, but I'm not going for it. Woohoo! Oh fuck, there's two of them! Oh shit! Oh my god, there's so many little bitches here. What the fuck? I know, right? That's the problem I'm having right now as well. What if I set this thing off? Do you think they take damage from, Oh god, he's unharmed! They're both unharmed! Oh, fuck! Oh, one of them died. Cooked scorpion. Eat. Oh, it's good food. Okay. I'll take it. I hate them! I don't like them! They freak me out! Oh my god! I don't like this guy! I don't like him, he's freaky! I'm running away. I don't like him. I don't like him, Squiddy, Squiddy. Ah! Oh, for fuck's sake. In my panic, I've become thorny. I'm not a coward. I am a coward, actually. I'm okay with being a coward. I'm at peace with the fact, the knowledge, that I am a fucking coward. Use the lunchbox. No, I don't wanna. I have a cure-all in my pocket. I do not need to gamble with the fucking lunchbox. There is no point. It's an unnecessary risk. I'm not a risk-taking sort of person. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't really... It's fun, yeah, but I want to win. See, this is the problem. I'm not the kind of person who's capable of doing things for the bit. I have a deep-seated need to win at things, and that always supersedes any possible commitment to the bit that I have. We have alternate goals. Yeah, no shit. I just really like winning. Zonda will fucking tell you that. Zonda's had to play games with me before. It's why I can't play Pico Park. Because I desperately want to win the game. But number one, difficult game. And number two, if you're playing with other people, they probably don't. And it just leads... It's just a one-stop scenario that leads to me getting mad at my friends, and I don't like it. I don't like being mad. Like, I get mad at my friends a lot, but not genuinely. And that game made me get mad at people genuinely. And it was not okay. It was not a fun game to play. I feel so toxic when I play Pico fucking Park. Oh, I gotta get up this before the heat starts. Feel that about a lot of shooters. That's real, actually. That's very real. I'm very much in the sun here. Hershey cod salmon is better. You're so right, actually. Cod just isn't as good. Salmon is by far the superior fish. First of all, pink, which is the best color. Second of all, tasty. That's it. That's all my points. Cod's just like fish flavored. Salmon is like, oh yeah, that's salmon. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a really big salmon enjoyer. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm gonna lollipop. Can you trust me? What, to be an enjoyer of salmon? I struggle to pronounce some things. What? What is me pronouncing? What does my pronunciation of things have to do with my enjoying of the salmon as a fish? I'm confused as to the relation of these two things. Oh. Are they related, or are you just trying to bait me into getting mad about HDMI again? If I'm wrong about one thing, I could be wrong about more. I mean, yeah, but then if people are right about one thing, they could also be incorrect about another thing. Being correct about one thing has no relation to your other... the other information you have access to. Just because rocket scientists are good at rocket science does not mean they are good at other things, as proven by the fact that most nerds have 0 life skills. Sorry, not sorry. Elon Musk is not good at rocket science. Elon Musk just pretends to be good at rocket science. So smoky here. Oh, is that the border fog? Oh, it is. Ooh, he's good at business at times. Yeah, at times. Sometimes he's a businessman that is sometimes good at business. Mostly, though, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, it's energy drink time. It's 24/7, yeah. I wonder at what point you stop dying from heat exhaustion. You already had your Red Bull today. Damn. I've had like 2 or 3 cups of coffee already today. And it's not enough. I need another one. I might take an earlier break just so I can go make another cup of coffee. I've been drinking them really quickly as well. You pre-therapy caffeine? Oh yeah. Usually my caffeine was always post-therapy because I'd make a cup of coffee and I have a tendency to just let it sit there because it's not... I drink cold coffee. Because I'm a delinquent. So I don't have to worry about it like getting cold because it's already cold. So I can quite happily just leave my coffee sat there during therapy. So that's what I end up doing. I sit there and I'm like, I brought a coffee and then I don't drink it. That's just psychotic. We're drinking cold coffee. Why the fuck? Okay, if having cold coffee, you're thinking coffee with water and stuff. If having cold coffee is psychotic, then what the fuck is an iced latte? And why can't I order it off the menu at like every coffee shop I've ever been to? It is not psychotic. Otherwise, the super mainstream coffee shops like fucking Costa and Starbucks and shit wouldn't fucking sell me one. Fucking McDonald's! McDonald's sells you fucking frappes. And they're cold. And it's delicious. Because it's frozen latte. Or whatever. I don't want it. I don't want a Pandora lunchbox. Don't cry at me, because I'm right. Another energy drink? No, fuck it. I'll fucking drink it. I don't give a shit anymore. I did not get my balloons. Also, I'm becoming bored of this game, which is a really bad sign, because I planned to play this all stream. And now I'm experiencing the horrors of boredom. And how do we feel about me switching to Minecraft? What are the games? Literally the only thing I'd want to play is Minecraft right now. I'm sorry, chat. I'm in that phase of my life. Hello, Caldera. You've no issue with that? Hell yeah. I guess we'll peek and then we'll switch to Minecraft. I did not get my balloons, which I'm a little bit sad about, but that's okay. I'll try again another time. I just don't... I don't want to play this anymore, suddenly. This is what I mean when I say I have not had enough caffeine today, by the way. This sort of behavior is what I'm referencing. Ugh. You can tell? Fuck. I'm having one of those weeks actually where it's just doing things is hopeless. It's a hopeless endeavor. It's not happening because the bees just don't want it. They don't feel like it. All the little goblins in my brain want is to do one specific thing. Earlier this week it was Sims. Right now it's Minecraft. You should BGP. What the fuck does that mean? Boogp. What's a boogp? Oh, that was incredible. Pain in the ass routing protocol. Pain in the ass routing protocol. I struggle with that sentence. For practice. Oh. Intriguing. I know I don't sound intrigued, but I am intrigued. I've gone through so many different phases of energy in the last like hour and 12 minutes. What the fuck? Why am I like this? Why can't I just have a consistent emotion for like a solid amount of time? But no. No, that's not happening. No. Something is happening near me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I should be concerned by that. I don't have any fucking balloons except for the one I found at the start, and I'm mad about it. I'm real pissed off about it, to tell you the truth, chat. I'm a little bit upset. Kind of wanted to have my balloon achievement this run. But nope, I only got one fucking balloon. I could go for that egg. Am I gonna go for that egg? No, because I don't give a fuck anymore. My goodness. I'm being such a bitchy piece of shit. I was fine 5 minutes ago. What the fuck is this? The hell? Ugh. My bees. They're so mad at me. They don't want me to do anything fun. They're like, ooh. That was an interesting jump. I made it though. I think I've become too good at this. And now it's boring. I don't know. I don't know what's happened. I did the mesa though. The mesa was not that hard actually. I think I was only struggling with it so much before because of the fucking lag, honestly. I also get so much worse at this game when I'm playing with other people, and I do not know why. Maybe it's just because we have to share items. I do not know. Something about playing with other people got me real bad at the game. Where's my fucking campfire? Oh, I forgot they got rid of it. Another cure-all? I'll slurp some of this. Yeah, who gives a fuck? What's in here? Is it 6 balloons? No. Is there 6 balloons in here? No. What about in here? A chain launcher? Nice. What about in here? No. What about in here? Not even one balloon. Ugh. Okay. We are abandoning the scout cannon. I would like to take a chain launcher with me. We will also abandon the balloon, because I'll use it. Oh, fuck. Okay, that thing floats. That's a problem. Okay. I want to take the energy drink with me, though. Because that's a really nice combo. We'll drink this. What else did we get? Trail mix. I'll eat it now, just so I've eaten something. We still have a whole cure-all. So that's nice. We don't quite have enough room for everything, do I? Oh no, I do. Well, I only have room for one cure-all. We will use the balloon. That can go in there, this can go here, and then we put this on, and off we go. I got a little balloon now. I don't know if it does anything for... I don't know if it does anything, but I have one. Isn't it cute? I'll get a lot of balloons eventually. What is that? In there? Oh, there's a campfire in here? Why is it in here now and not out there? That's weird, I guess. Oh well. Oh, I guess the loading is more seamless if you put the campfire there. That is still weird though. Hello, kiln! They did make it so the lava in here rises, but I think they then removed that feature because they couldn't get it to work the way they wanted it to. How the fuck am I supposed to get across? What? Oh, I don't like this suddenly. Uh-oh. This has gone poorly, and I've barely been here 5 seconds. Oh my god, why did I do that? Well, too late now. Oh. You know, me when let's fuck it. Who gives a shit? Let's just fucking go for it, I guess. Up we go. Up, 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 up. Is that a luggage over there? That does look like a luggage over there. I think I'm gonna go for that luggage over there, perhaps. Can I actually get over there? Oh, I think I can. Yeah, I can totally get over there. Can I get up here, though? That's the thing. I may... Ah, fuck it. Might as well, right? Ugh! That was a bit risky. Hello, luggage. What's in here? Better be good. Are you fucking serious? Really? Does sunscreen work in here? I wonder. Let's find out. Did that do anything, I wonder? I don't know. I can't tell if that did anything. I can't tell if that did anything. Where the fuck am I going? I'm just going. Just going up. You know how it is, chat. What if I spray again? Like, is this working? I can't tell if that fucking worked or not. I still can't tell if that's done anything, honestly. I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't want to be down here, actually. No, please, can I get up? Okay, thank you. Hello, caldera music. Oh no, this is the kiln, not a caldera. Where was that luggage? I know I saw luggage over here somewhere, and now I can't find it. Where was it? Did I hallucinate luggage? I could have hallucinated luggage. That does sound like something I'd do. Hallucinate luggage. Wishful thinking, mayhaps. Let me up here. I'm on this bridge thing now. Oh, there was a luggage down there. It's just round the corner. Well, it's too late to get it now, I suppose. Up we go, chat. Yay! I am determined to peek. Sometimes this game is real weird with the camera detaching. Sometimes you could just kind of detach from your creature, and that's just a thing that happens that is totally normal. This kiln does not seem so bad yet. I've not run into any particularly tough spots so far. Oh, spoke too soon, I think, actually. This looks doable with a lollipop, I think. Just drop that. It's not useful to me. Okay, I'm up here now. Oh, luggage! A kit and trail mix. Does this do sleepy? No. It does not. And now I'm really sleepy. Can I chain conveyor all the way up there? Not conveyor. That's Minecraft. Oh, I totally can. All the way up there. Let's go for there. Oh yeah, that's like, I just did that. Wow, okay. We'll wait for the sleepy to go away and then we'll do that, I suppose. Oh, so tired. Had a little sleep, if you will. 'Cause I'm so sleepy. So sleepy, so tired. Up we go. We're about halfway up, I think. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell with the kiln. What's in here then? What's all this? Oh. Well, that would have been nice to have a while back. I already got rid of my fucking scout cannon. Are you fucking I mean, I'll keep it, but like, man, are you kidding me? That would have been really nice to have, like, ages ago. You gave it to me now? My god, this game, sometimes. Okay, I can't stay here too long. Oh, I can't stay here too long at all. Here we go. This is a safe space. can see the sky. We're almost there, I think. Almost. Just how do we get further up is the question. Okay, we still have our anti-rope in case we need it. Though I think this should be climbable without anything, honestly. Though maybe not if I do it like that. Hold on. Let's have another crack at that where I don't automatically try and jump up to it like some kind of acrobat. What the fuck is that? Oh, there's so much luggage over there. I kind of want it. I kind of want that luggage. Maybe I should climb higher up before I jump over. That would be sensible, Lemon. Let's do that. Oh, now can I make this jump? Oh yeah, I can make that jump. I'm always so conservative with how much jumping I can do, and every time I'm incorrect. Fuck, that's not food. Or anything fun either. Let me have that luggage. Chain launcher. Yes, please. Fuck, I don't have room for it. I don't have room for it. Put it in the thing. Put it. It's all going in the thing. In it goes. Fuck. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I still have a cure-all that I can use whenever I deem fit. I could run all the way over that side to get out, or I could keep climbing from... I guess I'll keep climbing from here. If I really wanted to, I could probably chain launcher across. Maybe I'll do that if I get stuck this side. This side might be fine, though. Okay, now I think I need to chain launcher across. You can go in there. Parasol. Oh, I could clutch with a parasol, actually. I'm keeping the parasol in my fucking pockets. Don't do that. This thing can go so far, actually. Look at that. Look at how far that goes. And I can jump and slide across 90% of it. And now we're almost at the top. Yay! Once we get to the top, we can stop playing this game that I've become bored of halfway through the peak, and now I'm really bored of it. But I committed to doing a run, so I have to finish it. I have to finish what I started. I can't just quit halfway through like a loser. I am not a loser. Or a quitter. I should have let my stamina regen before I did that, and I didn't. Oh, but I made it though. Yes. High peak. Oh, we're here. And we are winning. Hello, peak. Wow. I'm a winner, baby. Oh, I do love the sound of the peak. Music they play here is so good. Up we go. cute. Where is it? Hi. The door didn't open. It's kind of wild. I did it! Gamers! Yeah. Yeah! Oh, I'm such a fucking gamer. Look at me go! You're more packed? Congrats. I peaked! I did, I peaked. No new badges though, I just peaked. No new badges. Hell yeah! Service decommissioned. And your clothes are packed. Oh, okay. I'm finished peeking now. We get any new cosmetics. Right. Wah! 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 Wee! That's B! Ah. Oh, Squiddy. Oh, Squiddy, what have you done? What have you done, Squiddy? Oh, Squiddy. What have you done, Squiddy? What have you done? Stream elements. Let's open it up. Oh, we gotta get you a new command. There's nothing you can do. Don't lemon sad me. It's too late. You should have thought about that before you misspelled fish. You can't get me with the HDMI. I'm above it now. Chatbot, chat commands. My god, I've got so many. Add new command. Yeah, that works. We got one. Gamers. Yeah. I'm feeling very low energy today, I apologize. I was feeling very high energy and now I'm feeling very low energy. There's nothing you can do. It's too late. You've been fizzed. Fish. You know? Anyway, I'm gonna take a little break, because I need more caffeine in me. Fudged. Yeah, I ain't adding that. That bears not enough resemblance to fish. I will be back in a minute. When I have more coffee. And then we will play Minecraft. Yeah. I like Minecraft. Okay, I'll be right back, lads. You know what I think, chat? I think it's gonna fucking rain. I can feel it in my lungs. No, it's not nap time. I mean, you can have a nap if you want, but I am not. I've been streaming an hour and a bit. I feel like I can feel it in my lungs. Like you packed up your comfy blanket. Oh, R.I.P. Just like I can't breathe, man. It's bad. Okay. We are starting up Minecraft. Apologies if I'm not very talkative. My lungs are not happy with me. Oh, I hope I don't have to end stream because I can't breathe. That'd be lame. Okay. Hold on, I gotta yap about this. Let me just look at my fucking profile. Oh my god! While this shit is loading. What's the poet? I love this song. This song is so satisfying to listen to. Okay, I'm mentally present now. I have a new coffee. I have not drunk it yet, but it's here. I'm actually, you know what, I'm opening my cornflake bites. This occasion calls for some cornflake bitage. Ow. Okay. Nom nom nom. Conquering Twilight Forest Part 2. Why are all my titles always in capital letters? I'm just shouting at you guys all the time. I hope you guys don't feel yelled at. I'm just very excited about these things. Russian Grizzly in America by Slaughter to Prevail. My god, what a title. Okay. Fuck is it called? Oh my god. Russian Grizzly. Let me just copy paste that song name. You feel happy yelled at? Yeah, you would actually. Oh, this better be good. If it's not, I'll play 21 Pilots. I'm sorry, I really like 21 Pilots. Don't know what to tell you, man. Okay, big chat off. We're going with music. we're switching to Minecraft. It's great for death metal. Up to people's taste. That's surreal, actually. I want my brain to stop being empty. It's buzzing in here. I'm fine. Mostly. Wow. That chocolatey, crunchy boy was great. That was delicious. I kind of want to have another one. We're gonna go fuck up Twilight Forest a bit. I'm going to attempt to beat the shit out of the Hydra again, I think. This time I think I'm gonna aim for his head. I think I do more damage if I hit his heads. As soon as the fucking game loads, Jesus Christ. What else is you? Why is my task manager keep looking like that? That feels wrong? What feels wrong? Did I say a thing that could be... What, hitting him in the head instead of in the body? Apparently that does more damage. Apparently. I don't know, we'll find out, won't we? Oh my god, yeah, but like... He might grow more heads. He didn't grow any heads last time. Can my game... Oh, jeez, my game. Yeah. True. I don't know, man. I'm not a Twilight Forest expert. I'm just going based on what I've heard recently. Which is... If you go for the head, you do more damage. There's so many things using up my CPU right now. Why aren't any of them Minecraft? I got a new CPU specifically for this. Oh! Okay. Help. Frame rate, please. What fucking thing am I on right now? Hold on. Oh no, that's fine. Well, what the fuck is the problem then? Should I turn off my shaders? Probably. Am I going to? Absolutely fucking not. Anyway, hi, this is my house. I moved the clouds. They live down there now, and it looks really fucking cool up here. It's a slideshow. It's not that bad. It might be that bad. I mean, I could turn down some of my shader pack settings, maybe. Performance settings, here we go. Oh, that might be doing it. 80% of my render distance. My render distance is 16. What's 80% of 16? 16 divided by 10, that's 1.6 times 8. That's... What's 6 times 8? I need a calculator. What's a fucking calculator? I need a calculator immediately. Around 14. Okay, so I have got it set up right. Edge shadow. I don't know what that means. Oh geez. Wait. Stop. No, go back down. Oh, 4 chunks is the lowest. Okay. We'll go with potato on that one. That can stay. We don't. Oh, we do have those. Oh, yeah, because they're cute. Can we put it on low? There we go. Let's see if that helps. That might help just a little bit. Once it loads, of course. Let's give that a minute. Okay. Oh. Is it working? Song opinions? It's not bad. I don't know. I'm not in a very heavy metal or death metal vibe at the moment. If I was in my Bring Me the Horizon phase, I think I'd enjoy this. But at the moment, it just sounds like noise. Because I've switched the processing part of my brain off, so most music just sounds like noise, to be fair. My brain is just as... If I wasn't streaming... I'd probably enjoy it more. But I think because I'm streaming, my brain is just... the part of my brain that processes music is not taking in any of it. So my brain is just registering it as just noise. You know what I mean? What is wrong with this? Why aren't you doing stuff? You've decided you're full. What are you full of, man? It's full of something. Oh, not cobblestone. It's full of sand and grass. What is this set to? Oh. I'm gonna give it another, like, bunch of stacks to work with, I think, actually. There we go. So it's actually full. Why is there so much sand here? This machine is supposed to stop making sand. This doesn't actually go to anything, does it? This thing... Oh my god, it doesn't go to anything! What if I... Okay, before we do anything, I need to fix this cobblestone machine. I'm going to remove the fishing. Because it's taking up a lot of my computer's CPU. Fishing is not a Minecraft adjacent activity. I'm sorry, Squiddy. Yeah, the only reason, I will say, the only reason why Minecraft is running this shit is because I'm streaming and I have a VTuber going at the same time. If I didn't have my VTuber and all my extra stream stuff running, it would be fine. I feel like that's the important thing to mention. Okay, I need to start sending sand over to this guy, don't I? 40 stacks. How much space does this thing have? 80? Oh my god. No, 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 no. We'll do this. You're not getting any gravel, are you? Oh, you are! You're just not doing anything with it right now. Okay. You do stuff with that. Review VTuber? No, because I like having a VTuber. I like having a face that does stuff, man. I have eaten all the... Yeah, okay. I need to eat the sand. Why is this not... Did I turn this off? Ah, Yes, I did. Okay, let's set this to, what, like 9 stacks, I guess. You hear me, but fish? No. The fish is not an integral part of my stream, okay? Okay, Squiddy, I know you have a fish addiction, but the VTuber is like an important part of my stream stuff. Fishing isn't. I'm sorry, fishing just ain't as important. I don't know what to tell you, man. A small one? No. I'm not removing the VTuber just so you can fish. Okay, I need to make it so this thing actually, because it'll stop making flint. Do I care? Yeah, I don't care. Oh, I need some cobble and a little bit of sand. Can I just grab a bit of sand off of here, maybe? Oh, I got a whole stack of it. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. That's a lot more sand than I was bargaining for. Okay, and then I need... Oh, the cobble go... Okay, I need a bit of cobble as well. There we go. And then we can just pop that there. Yeah. Lovely. And now this thing is gonna stop inputting sand until it actually, like, fucking runs out. Which, right now, it's not run out. Cool. What threshold do I have to set to? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, this is... Yes. Functioning. Ah. Okay, I need to put this somewhere different. I need to put that somewhere different. That doesn't work, putting it there. Where to put it? I don't actually know. Let's crush... Bear with me, gamers. I don't know what I'm doing. Can this thing get turned off easily? How is this being powered right now? Like that? This is such a tight space to power things in! Turn that off real quick. Because there is no reason why I can't put these two bitches here. Like that. Have a shaft going in there and pop a clutch. Where is it? Over here. And then have this thing turn the fuck off when there's too much damn sand being made. I'm getting real sick of it lagging like this. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I got rid of the sand. Come back, sand. Please. Oh, there it is. That's more sand than I wanted, but it's okay. Sand on the bottom, and then I need another cobblestone. I don't have one! What did I do with my cobblestone? Hello. Okay. Now, when this thing decides it's full up of sand, it will simply not sand anymore. Yes. This is functioning beautifully. This is my cobblestone, gravel, and sand maker, because they form the basis of so many fucking recipes in this. This is making alloy. This one is making gold. Oh, and the clay goes in here to get, squished. Wow, there is a lot of clay squishing going on. Jesus fuck. It also makes dead bushes. I need to find a use for those. I haven't so far. This is also making clay. Oh, I should hook this up to the, This thing is so efficient, what the fuck? Make 6 with them. I probably could. I probably will, honestly. I just don't really have a use for the sticks right now. I will make something with them eventually. Can I frog to this from down here? Fuel? It could work. I don't know. I will consider it. Here we go. You can only send stuff because I don't really want stuff going in there. Oh, I need to actually link this up to something. Where's the fucking... Where's a link I can link this to? Come on. Where's you a part of the link network? Here we go. I know my game's a slideshow. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll just make you guys live with it. Let's empty out our pockets, and then we'll head to Twilight Forest, which hopefully won't be as laggy. And if it is, I will just turn the shaders off. It's okay. It's a little bit choppy. I'd rather it wasn't this choppy. It's not too bad. I've seen it worse. I've played it worse. I have a decent tolerance for lag. Not quite as good as some people's, but it's decent. Let's remove all of the crate mod stuff from our pockets, because we're not gonna need that where we're going. I'd argue we're not gonna... Yeah, I'll keep those, because I'll have to take up space with them anyway. Am I gonna need the glue? Probably not, but I should probably keep it in my pockets, because I'll need it at some point anyway. It's going over here. It's going next to my food. Oh, I should probably grab more of that, actually, if we're going to Twilight Forest. If we're going to do some questing, I should definitely grab more food. We have some fiery armor, but not a whole lot. That's okay, though. Buckets? I'll keep them. Don't need dried kelp on me. I'm not going to need a stone cutter where I'm going, or stone for that matter. I'll keep the... No, because I'll have a shield up. If I need to see in the dark that bad, I could put the firefly on my head instead of a helmet. I think that is all the stuff I'm gonna need, so everything else can fuck off into my storage, which is getting really full, by the way. I need to expand it soon. Oh wait, sticks can stay. Sticks are useful. Someone is in the house, and I may be forced to take a break to talk to them. I'm just saying it now, so everyone's aware. Oh my god, my poor diving boots are fucked. I don't know if that will be the case. Why am I- Oh, I'm wearing my diving helmet? I don't want to wear that. There we go. I will put my knife in my hands instead of the other stuff. Okay, this is good. This is good. I'm at peace with this setup. We'll wear the chest plate instead of the... Yeah, okay, this is cool. I just need more food. I also need better leggings. Did I make better leggings? I don't remember. What armor have we got going on? Let's have a look, shall we? Functional blocks. Unstackables, here we go. Oh, we've got these. Oh yeah, because I never got to make the fiery versions of that yet. Alright, okay. We will use that then. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm also gonna grab this thing, because this is empty. Yes, it is. This is going in my pockets, and this other backpack is also going in my pockets in case I run out of room. Nap time? Oh my god. Okay, I have to remember that my diamond pants are in my storage. Oh, I've also got this one as well. Okay, we're just hoarding backpacks at this point. That's fine. I'm going to go and grab a little bit more food because I know I left some cooking. Yeah, here we go. I left a decent amount cooking. I would rather I'd cooked more though. Oh, I needed more carrots. Here we go. I should harvest my tomatoes. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's better. No, it's not. This area is so laggy. Let's grab all this stuff so I can cook more delightful chicken soup. I gotta automate the cooking of the chicken soup. Or possibly automate the cooking of a better meal. Oh, chicken soup's just so good though. Who wouldn't want to live off of chicken soup? I don't know, I'm sure I'll get around to automating it. I have started to build little farming platforms. I've got a design for them. I've built the first one. It's not quite finished yet because I got sidetracked. Because my cobblestone farm filled up with flint, and I had to build a copper farm to just get rid of it all. You know, as you do. But that's okay. Because now I have a concerning amount of copper. I should figure out if there's ways for me to farm... Because the copper farm works by automating the... by automating making viridium and then crushing it. So I wonder if I can automate the making of other create rocks. Hold on, let's have a look actually. Because it is very lucrative depending on how quickly you can make the rocks, which appears to be really quickly in my case. Where are the rocks? Here we go. Oh, maybe it'd be easier actually to look up the nuggets. Because most create recipes deal in nuggets. Crimsite, that gives you iron. Oh, there is a way. It's just a little... It's just interesting. It's an interesting recipe. Kind of difficult. Not the easiest way to farm iron. Requires automated blaze cakes. I also don't actually know how the hydraulic press works. How do I make strawberry milkshake? Oh, berries, snowballs, and sugar. And then deep slate I can get by crushing ores, obviously. And none of that is renewable. Cobbled deep slate isn't... Oh, unless the normal deep... Is this renewable? Yes. Oh, that's kind of cheap. Okay, deep slate's pretty cheap, but, like, making it into iron ain't. I'd be better off going, this route. The iron is by no means guaranteed. God, you really only get 12% of getting iron from that? Damn. What about gold? What makes gold? Ochrum. Oh, I don't want the types. I want the actual thing. Here we go, ochrum. Also uncraftable. No, it's really just Viridium that's craftable like that. What about zinc? See, zinc's azurine. How do we make that? Oh, you can make azurine really easily. Oh, I guess we'll be making a zinc farm at some point. That's really cheap. Water, clay, and flint. All three of which, or both of these I'm already producing in other places. Damn. Alright. Like, I have an abundance of flint. I can get more flint pretty easily, too. Flint just appears. Like, if I really wanted, I could make its own... I could make a dedicated, like, flint farm. Rather than relying on the gravel crushing. Okay. I could make a zinc farm pretty easily. That's good to know. Anyway, unrelated to that, how's my cooking doing? Pretty good. We've run out of cabbage, which is fine. I've got plenty of food to keep me going for a good while. Because this stuff is mad good for you. Okay, let's go twilight foresting, shall we? I have a quiver. Am I wearing it? Yes. How much stuff is in it? Oh, I got plenty of arrows. I'm doing fine. Let's head to the portal room. I wonder if I have any twilight forest. No, I do. I need my magic map. I forgot. Hold on, we've forgotten some very important stuff. Where's my magic map? I love the magic map. It's so good. Map, map, map. Where'd I put my map? Oh, I'm keeping the crafting tables, actually. When did I get an enchanting table? I don't remember making one of those. Did I just find that shit? I probably just found that shit. Maps. Here we go, the magic map. I would like to keep my magic map. Because that guy is useful. What? Ah. Oh, it was loading the map. Sometimes this game stutters like fuck. We have waystones spare. Okay, now we're good to go. Instead of doing that, I might teleport directly into the... Yeah, here we go. So we've got some swamp towers we can teleport to. Is it raining in here as well? Can I sleep? Yes. It does nothing. If I go sleep in the overworld, will it stop the rain? I do not want to be in the rain. It's no fun. Okay, that stopped the overworld rain. Will that stop the twilight for? Are they linked? Surely. Will that stop the It did! Oh, the weather is linked. Oh, that's good to know. I've killed that Hydra. Oh, I have to find another one. Oh, geez. Okay. Let's go, I guess. I've brought the Elytra, but I'm not using a jetpack, so I'm just gonna have to, like, run with an Elytra. I just have one of those. Might be better off without it, to be honest. Is there another did the other tower? Oh, the other tower's the other side of the swamp. Well, I might head to that tower instead. And then go further on from there. There's my rock. Let's head to that tower instead. That would be the second swamp tower. Yeah, now I'm over here. Which may be better. Let's see. Twilight Stream. Help! Ugh. Mushroom forest. Oh, that's cute. What is that on the map? What biome am I heading towards, I wonder? Oh, I should put my firefly on my head. No! Give him back. Oh, he replaces my goggles and it doesn't even work. That's lame. It's lame and uncool. Okay, now I can see where I'm going. Or at least I can see the map. That's something. Swimming is not my vibe. I wonder if I can make this map bigger. That might be annoying. I kind of want to do that. What are all these icons? I don't know what all these... Is that one up there? Some of these I haven't seen. Like, what is this over here? That I'm going to it. Looks like stuff hanging from the ceiling? Oh, it's the Highlands. I don't know if I can get in the Highlands yet. I don't think I can get in there yet. I want to defeat more Hydras so I can get... more fiery blood. So I can make more armor. As much as I love my Yeti armor. Oh yeah, I don't think I'm allowed in the Highlands. We'll give it a shot. Is that redstone? Oh, they've got all the Highlands. There's ores in it. We'll see what happens when I try to go in the Highlands. Because I think I still have to kill that ghast thing. Oh yeah, I'm just taking damage. Yeah, okay, ow, hey. Why though? That hurt. Notes on the Highlands, yeah. Toxic rainstorm. Okay, we have to deal with dark forests before we can do that. That's the Urghast thing. Okay, whatevs. Are there any more swamps around here then? Doesn't look like there's a forest. I think that might be right by my portal actually. So we'll probably head back to my portal room. I think that's actually my portal. So we'll head back to the portal room and then come out to get over there. I guess we'll head back up this way, see if we can uncover more map. What is that over there? What biome is that? I've not seen that biome before. It's like all cobwebby. What is that? I've not seen that. What is that? Over there. It's all purple on my map. What is that? Oh, it's orange. It's like Halloweeny. Oh, it's all spooky. Do you think it's dangerous? Chat, do you think it's dangerous? It's got a hedge maze in it. I don't think it's one of the ones. Spooky forest. It's literally just Halloweeny. That's kind of sick. Hello. Well, this place is wild. There's just a fucking Halloweeny forest out here. Oh, that's cool. This is ideas. In it. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. I don't know if I want that to be ideas in it. I'm just gonna run past that guy and pretend he's... No. Oh, he's chasing me. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with it. No, thank you. Twilight Stream. No sign of any more of these, What are those big hills, then? I'm assuming that... Oh! Well done. I'm really good at looking at my surroundings. I know the little hills are like those... red cap... No, yeah, they're like the red cap hills or whatever. But what are the big ones? They kind of come in like 3 sizes, don't they? Oh, maybe they're all the red cap hills, so it's just 3 sizes of them? What is this biome over here, also? This biome looks interesting over this way. I wonder if I can make my magic map bigger. What kind of creature is that on there? With his red eyes and such. Is he the freaker glassed? What is over here? With his red eyes? Or is he a lich? Oh, he might be a lich, actually. That might be a lich. I think that's a lich over there. On my map. Oh, that's good. There's one of those Urgast beat up boys. Night metal dudes. Whatever that fucking name is. Oh, it's Enchanted Forest! Oh, it's a normal one instead of one I've made. Why am I so slow in the water? Why can't I just like... Oh, it's because I'm in fucking Elytra fly. I'm taking this off. This is just annoying. Taking it off. I don't need it right now. Fuck. Wonder what happens if you put 2 backpacks on. I'm not gonna test that. I don't think it'd be good for me. I don't think it would go well. Hello, Enchanted for... Oh, this place is delightful. Oh, this place is delightful. What is this? Is this questing ram dude that I've heard about? Hello? Whoa. What do you want? What does he want? A wool? Hey. I don't have any wool for you. You're kind of cool though. I'm gonna put a waystone in the middle of your space. I really hope you don't mind. Questing ram. I think he wants... I don't know what he wants. What does he want? Can I share him? No. What do you want? What is it? No, that's my notes on the Highlands. What do I do with him? Can I hit him? I don't want to though. He seems friendly. What do I do with the quest ram? Oh, there's a thing here. There's wool in it? Oh. What? There's 4 colors of wool in here. Wait, where'd he go? Quest ram! Quest ram! Hey. Oh, do you want this? Oh! Can make him like rainbow. Wait. Oh, it's making him like a little coat. Oh. Well, I don't have a brown one yet. Come here, sheep. What do I need to do? Give him one of each color? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's making him so happy. Am I supposed to do it in a certain order or what? I don't... Does he mind what order I do it in? Oh, I'm gonna do this now. I want to make the questing ram happy. He seems like such a chill fella. I'm falling out the world. What a shame. Okay, hold on. I have to get wool for the questing ram now. It's so clear to me. What dyes do I have, first of all? Red, yellow. I've given him yellow, orange, blue, black, green, purple. I need more flavors of purple for the questing ram. I have a white and black, red, orange, green, blue, purple, and then magenta. I need the different colors of blue. Because then there's light blue and dark blue. I also need different colors of green. There's lime green and then there's cyan. Which means I'm also gonna need some bone meal. Which I don't appear to have, so we'll go with just a bone. Here we go, we got cyan. Lime. Light blue. We also need all the grays as well, don't we? Aw, dang. Okay, where's the black? I should get a bone so I can make more bone meal. Where'd I leave the bones? Hello, bones. Here we go. Then we go to string. And then a black dye. White dye. We go to gray. And then a light gray. Light gray. Gray. Lime. Light blue. Let's see if this makes the questing ram happy. I guess. I don't know what happens if we make the questing ram happy. Hey, questing ram! Hey. Oh, I already did that one. I did that one too. Wait, come here. What? Are they putting these in the order I'm putting them on, or what? No, it's going in a rainbow no matter what order I do it. I kind of prefer that, actually. He's gonna be so happy when I give him all this wool. Red, black wool. Oh, I did it! I got a crumble horn and a bundle with a bunch of shit in it. Why is he long in the middle? Wait! Oh my god, wait, he's so long. I didn't realize how long he was. Wait. Look at so elongated. Oh my god, Questing Ram, I'm so sorry. Why would they do this to you, Questing Ram? Will I win? That's good loot, honestly. I'm happy with that. Got one of each block and a cute Questing Ram head. Where to next, then? I was really hoping to find another Hydra around here somewhere, but I don't seem to have had any luck so far. Let's reload my chunks first of all, and then head this way to see what happens. Oh, there we go. Now we have our sweet, sweet, almost 30 FPS. It's not like you guys need more than 30. Because my stream's only at 30, so you guys can't see the difference. That's because my internet's not good enough to stream at high frame rates, unfortunately, otherwise I would. Especially at the moment. God, the internet sucks at the moment. I had to reset it once today already. Though it seems to be holding up okay now that I've reset it. Maybe I need to bargain with the people of the house and reset it every time I stream. I think as long as I warn them beforehand, they'll probably be okay with it. I don't fucking know. What do I know? I'm just gonna go this way and hope that somewhere on this map there is a Hydra biome. This is another dark forest. This is a different one to the one I was at originally. Interesting. Okay. Hello? Oh! Oh, it's just a squirrel. Oh my god, I freaked out then. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? My god. Maybe we're doing Urgos today? I guess we could just do Urgos now. I'm not really seeing any more... We'll get more armor if we do Urgos now. What is that? Oh, that's just a witch. Oh, great. There's witches in here. What is that? Hello, sir. Oh my god! I don't like it! Ah! I didn't like that spider. That is not my favorite spider. Oh, hey. Oh, these guys aren't even dropping fucking... Oh, this place is mean. Oh, I don't like this place. This place is mean and stinky. There's something over here, though. Let's have a look. What's over here? That's an Enderman? Yes. Just casually? Damn. Oh, hello, Underbrick. The fuck is an Underbrick? It's kind of cute. Oh, hello. Weird as fuck generation. Why do I care? I kill these bitches all the time. My god. Cowardice, that's what that was. Where's the, like... Okay, remove the map for a second. Where's the, like, good bit? There's a bit. Where's the bit? How do I get in it? There's a down bit. I have to give it heads or something? I remember that from when I played with May. I have to give it heads or something, and then I win. Where is the input for the heads? Kobold. Hello? Hello? Where do I input the heads? Please. Ow! Oh, you're mean. You're really mean. Can I... Oh my god, cave mode. Oh, because it's leaves, it doesn't count as a cave mode? What if I do this? Am I in a cave mode? No, I'm not. I'm not in the cave mode now. Fuck, where's... Help! 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 The fuck? Die! Druid bastard. Where is the thing? I'm lighting this place up. It's fucking dark in here. I want to know where the thing is. There's a bit that I have to do. Right? I'm remembering this correctly, aren't I? Was that it? No, this is just a fucking wall. What's up here? It's nothing. Why is it nothing? Where is the something? Ah! It wants a... Oh, it doesn't care what it has. It'll take any head. I left my trophies at home. Will my questing ground work? For a trophy? Does it count? It does. Would you look at that? And now I'm into the place. Ow. Hello, creatures. I'm gonna put a torch right here. This is where I came in. We will head north. And we will keep the wall to our... Mark any entrances we've gone through, and we keep the walls to our left. And in theory... Whoa. Ah! What are you? You're a little bitch. Die. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this room, I think. I'll come back to that room. We keep the walls to our left. And we are guaranteed to end up places we want to go, surely, right? You are going to be used in so many create mod machines, mister. What is this? Is this a thing? Oh, it is! It better not blow up on me. It has not blown up yet. I want this to go in my quiver. Not that I use arrows all that much, but hey. Shit I don't need can go in the thing. Yeah. Beautiful basement. Beep, beep. I hope that lava room isn't the only way down to the lower levels. That would stink. I also kind of want to get a decent amount of night metal here so that I can make a nice shield. Hello, weird room. What is the purpose of this room? Just for the vibes? You look at that guy, but they're both looking at each other. This guy's looking over here. What does that mean? Do you think it means anything? There's an anvil here. That's pretty cool. This is just a room. Not a lot of stuff in here so far. Oh, hello, treasure room. Say no to iron buckets and such. Oh, this is the starting room. Okay, I think that room we went in before. Yeah, I think we've explored this whole top level. Which is kind of a feat, honestly. I think this is the only way down. Which I hate, actually. I don't like that that's my only way down at all. Wish it wasn't the case, but apparently it is. How are we gonna do this then? I could use... See, the thing is, I also want these ores. I can use this cobblestone and stuff to... Especially this redstone. Oh, baby, do I want this redstone. If I mine out this whole entire, like, cube, then that way I can get blocks with which to cover the lava on the ground. And also with which to make my way to further levels. It'll be like a weird staircase. I just go at this one layer at a time. All the ores will be safe. I'll get all the ores. And I will also win. That makes sense, right, chat? Surely. There's a little man down there. I don't know how I feel about that. There's a lot of noises. What is that thing? There's a weird fucking crab. Why are you so smooth looking? I don't like that. I don't know what that thing is, but I do not like it. Do you think it's friendly? Someone tells me it's not friendly. Oh, there's glowstone in this as well. Neat. I really hope I don't run out of geode before I get down to a safe level. I'm gonna jump. Okay, this thing's dangerous. Cool, cool, great. Okay. This is fine. Right, chat? We do this. Make this all lovely and walkable. Here we go. A little staircase, perhaps. Up, 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 up. Up, up. Cool, I'll come back for all that good stuff later, I think. All those good ores, I mean. Because right now I just kind of want to keep exploring, honestly. A crab thing! It's a helmet crab! Oh, it drops armor shards. Uh-oh, there's creatures here and they're trying to kill me! Hi, guys! What the fuck? Oh, the helmet crabs are what drop the good shit, I think. Oh, there's so many more creatures down here! Wow! My goodness. Anyway, we're going this way now, chat. Whee! This room has nothing in it. Hello, slimy boy. Death to the slimy boy. Run away like you're so scared, slimy boy. Oh, this is this room again. Okay, cool. I'm not going down there yet. And to signify that, I'm not putting torches in these doors yet. Hello. There's so many things here. Oh my god, hi guys, hi guys, hey guys, hey guys, hi guys. I'm not a fan of this. Okay, I've survived. Oh, hello. You're adorable. No, I don't want to go here yet. I'm not ready. Okay. Were there any other... Yeah, look, there are more doorways in here. Oh! That was real! I thought that was one of my Twitch redeems then. I thought someone redeemed the creeper noise. And I got really confused when no one had, and then all of a sudden it exploded. Fish, ice squiddy. Oh, this is gonna explode too. Yep, there it goes. There wasn't anything else, no. Okay. Ah! More of these bitches. What even are you guys? Oh my god! There's so many of these little guys. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've got everything here, so now it's time to head down these stairs. Okay. Ah! You failed at sleeping. My condolences. What are you, dude? Well, whatever he is, he's dead now. Oh, hi. My little geode room. Beep. Hello. I don't think that guy's pleased with me. Eh. Oh, I want you dead. I want your metal pieces. Aye. Okay. Nothing in here. What am I looking for in here? There's supposed to be like a boss, isn't there? Is that what I'm looking for? Is that why I'm down here? So cruel. That guy's gonna kill me. You are a little bitch, block and chain goblin. Oh my god! Oh! Ow! Those guys are stinky. I don't like them. Ooh. This thing gonna blow up anytime soon? Doesn't sound like it, actually. Oh, it didn't even blow up on me. What about this one? No explosion. Lucky me. Okay. More exploring. Oh, hello, staircase to another section of the dungeon I haven't encountered yet. There's so many little bugs in here! Oh my god! Fuck you guys! Oh my god! Let's put a torch there. Okay. Well, that was fun. Please don't. Guys. Guys, can you not? Oh my god. These guys make such an upsetting squeaking noise when you kill them. Oh, this is a dead end. Great. Oh! Oh! I've explored all the rooms off here. Oh. Explored everything in this area. I have been over there. That could be something new. Hello, area I haven't quite been in yet. Oh, that's a staircase down. Oh, wait, I haven't been here. God. That's really stupid. It's fine. We're going down the stairs. Where am I now? Oh, that's a red cap dude. Hey, bro. Oh, more stairs? These ones go up, and oh my god, there's so many little men here. Fuck. This loot is not— oh wait, that's pure night metal. Hold on. Oh my god, guys! Jesus fuck. Lads. My goodness. Come here. My god. These fuckers are vicious. The fuck? What happened here? Why is that all blowed up? Oh my god, one of these bitches is placing TNT! Who? Who is doing that? That's a fucking silverfish! Oh my god, I don't want to deal with this anymore! Ah! No! 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 Leave me alone! I'm not planning on it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. What is this room? This is another tree room? Oh, hi, little goblin man. These little bug things are cowards. That's gonna explode! There it goes. Where haven't I been? I don't think I've been down... There was another corridor I haven't been down yet, wasn't there? Is it in here? Oh, it's this one. Yeah, I haven't been down here yet. Help, 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 help me. Fucking die, loser. Anyway. Oh! There's so many little men here! They make such stupid noises, all of them. What the fuck? Now he's tall? Oh, they've all climbed on each other's heads. That's wild. That's kind of adorable, actually. Oh, hello, little room with a little tree in it. Oh my god, there's so many little bugs. Oh my god, there's so many little bugs. What the fuck? Nope. 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 No, thank you. No, thank you, sirs. What is that? What have I found? This feels wrong. What does? Hey, guys! Let me just equip my shield real quick. Oh, hey guys, hey. Oh my god, what the fuck? Hey lads, hi guys. Ow, 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 ow. Really? My god. They did damage so quickly. The fuck? Oh, I'm not wearing my hat. That would have helped. Wearing my good hat. Okay, so that went poorly. Uses. I can make a block of night metal, a loop, some armor that is not as good as my current armor. I can make a flail thing, a maze stove. I need tower wood to make a decent shield. Okay. I have enough to make one loop. Preparing for a shield. You're happy now? What, because I died? So unsupportive. Uses. Can turn them into armor shard clusters. And then smelt those into ingots. I still need some tower wood, so I won't be able to get a shield until after I've been to see the Urgast. Fuck's sake. Running out of spaces on this list filter.
Creeper. Oh man.
That's a decent amount of ingots. That's enough for a shield. You want to panic? Why'd you pick Creeper then? Okay, we're teleporting directly to my death point because I'm a coward. And I like teleporting to death points. I will have no... what's the word? Complaints about this. You assumed Creeper make creeper noises. Hits has been the same thing the whole time. How many of these have you watched, Squiddy? These guys are freaky. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. They do so much damage. Why do they do that much damage? Guys. Can you not do that much damage? Stop! Stop! Let me heal, damn you! Just like ignore armor or something. What are you so spooked by? Come here. Come here, dude. Come here. Yeah? Come here, bitch. Bitch. Bitch, please. Are you the real one? You are the real one. These guys make freaky noises. I'm not a fan of the noises this guy makes. Don't kill me, please! Don't kill me, please! Just let me heal a bit! This is going to affect the trout population. A fan of what? Me? All the stupid night metal dudes. Not the trout population. I hate to tell you, man. This is going to affect the trout population. Regen. Regen. Healing. Strong. Strong. Regen. What else do I got? That's it. Regen, healing, strength, please. Please. Okay. This should save me, right? I love threatening the trout population instead of my own life whenever I get mildly inconvenienced by something. Remove myself from this room. I want to be out of this room. Oh my god, there's a little bitch here! Okay, I'm really strong now. There are only a couple dudes. Oh no, there's the rest of them. He's dead. Well, if I stand here, I'm fine. So what you're saying is sometimes there's a man in there. He's the one that does the bullshit. Die. I did it! What? Oh. Hello Night Phantom Trophy. Oh my god, there's so much. Thank you, Squiddy. There's so much stuff in here. It's not very good armor, though. 8 armor? This is 9. What does this do? 7 attack damage? It's the same as this, except this one's like got good enchantments and stuff. 10 attack damage? I don't really attack with my This is useless to me. Bye. Oh wait, can I like melt it down or something? I can. I can cut it up. Can I do that with this as well? No. Just the armor. Alright, I'll cut it up into little pieces. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation. No breathing. I don't know what that was that I just got possessed by then. Don't look sad at me! I'm funny! God! Don't look at me like that! Do I get to win? Don't me. I'm hilarious, please. Please. Where is the lava room? That will get me anywhere, the lava room. It's further north. That's just a hole in the ground. Oh my god. There's stairs here. Oh, Squiddy. You're so lucky I don't have the energy to give you a new, thing right now. Because I honestly don't. You're so lucky. I can't actually do that one because it's technically not a command. So you get to be... I regret to inform you, Squiddy, that I will be screenshotting this for later. Every new fish misspelling you do. You shouldn't fucking, you shouldn't have, you shouldn't. You thought you could take advantage, but you were mistaken. Look, I was willing to let you off one. You thought you were fucking clever. I was willing to let you off one because I was sleepy and it didn't have an exclamation point in front, and then you went ahead and fucking spammed a bunch of them, and now I have to. Now I have to screenshot it. And I don't fucking believe this shit. Don't meanie me. You shouldn't play with the person with Stream Elements access. Copy. Let me just send this to myself real quick. Oh my god, my brother messaged me on Discord in the hopes that I would read it. Okay, let me just... Where do I put this? I'll put this in my little server, the screenshot. There we go. And now I will lose my glasses. As demanded. How long is it? 5 minutes, isn't it? I cannot see! The 5-minute timer has begun. 10 minutes? It is not 10 minutes. Don't take the piss. It says 5 minutes on it. Don't lie to me. Oh god. Don't lie! You think I can't tell when you lie, Squiddy? You think I don't know? I see all. I see all. I can tell when you lie. I know. You can't outsmart me. I'm having to squint so hard right here. I'm surprised my... Great liar. Well, you obviously aren't, because I figured you out right away. I know full well I would not force myself to do this for 10 fucking minutes. You kidding me? Once. These doors are fucking great. I need you all to know this. Those doors, my favorite thing ever. What is this? Can I find this? Yes. They do, they sound great. I am gonna mine a little bit of this just because I need it for my shield. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, I only need 2. I'm so fucking blind! Oh my god! Night metal shield. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, this shield could go in the lava. I don't want it anymore. You didn't stick the USB in a 3.0 port. What does that mean? What is the USB for? I have a decent shield now. It doesn't have durability? Higher data transfer speed. Oh. Why is there a bunch of red in the sky? What's up with that? Those are to the outside world, okay. Oh god. My condolences. What is this thing? Anti-builder. What the fuck? Oh. Ow. The fuck? The shit. The fuck? Oh, there we go, I did it. If you get rid of all the bitches, then you can just go. Fuck you, bitch. I'm God. What? Oh. Oh. A loot chest. Oh, neat. I'll just take all that stuff, please. Wait, where's the way? Oh, here's the way up. What? Yeah, I'll run that command for you. There we go. Oh, this is a chest. Oh, nice. I got experiment 115. I don't know what the fuck that is. Whoa, there's like stuff up there. You're making me wish I never said those words. Oh, hi, I found the stairs. Oh, cool. I can never delete the quote, though, because it's too funny. That's the god? What? I need glasses for this because that guy looks terrifying without them. Oh my god. Oh, what is he? What is that man? Hello? What are you? Oh, you're a fucked up little man. I don't like him. I can yeet him really far. Does he drop anything? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Why are you wiggling like that? Stop. Stop wiggling like that. That's the goal. Oh, what was the goal again? I forgot what that statement was in reference to. Clipping? What are you clipping? Wait. What are you clipping? What did I say? Hold on, wait. What did I say? I don't remember what I said. Wait. Come here. What? I don't remember what I said, and now I fear. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. I'm a winner. I don't want to hear anything about to say otherwise. I had to put them on. No, the timer went off. It's been 5 minutes. That's why I put my glasses back on. Fuck. Did I not? Could you not hear that from over my mic? I'm sorry. No, the timer went off, and it was just a quinky dink. No, I mean I was struggling that bad, but also, the timer went off. I ain't no bitch. I just couldn't see what that man was. I'm sorry, Squiddy. I'm sorry I gave you false hope of points. Is there anything in this? Oh, that's water. Oh my god. Even when I have my glasses on, I can't see shit. Why is there a bunch of ink sacs here? What happened here? What happened? What happened here? Whose corpses are these? What happened here? Oh no. Oh, hello. What is... There's nothing in these. Okay. Jungle tree. You pinged me with the new clip? Oh yes, please. Let me get a load of this. Let's have a look at that. Clips. Oh, let me mute Discord so you don't hear me twice. I don't wanna... I wanna see this. I need you to know, I was really jump scared by that because I just heard funny noises and then I turn around and there's just this thing there, okay? There's just a thing and it's all blurry and I don't know what it is and it's there, okay? I need you to know that that was fucking terrifying, okay? I need to be torching. I'm a fucking coward. I'm a fucking coward. Why am I a coward? Why do I just panic at the first sight of anything unfamiliar? I'm immediately like, why? Why can't I be normal? Actually, it wouldn't be half as fun as if I was not normal. What? Okay. That lamp, that lamp seems a bit inconsequential, but alright. Where am I? Oh, I don't want to be up here. I don't want to go up there yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go up there yet, actually. I'm not ready for that. What's up here? Fuck. Why is it parkour? Why is it always parkour, Squiddy? Is this like a trapped chest? I'll never guess what you just did. No, I probably won't. What did you just do? Does it involve packing? Oh, I'm out here now. Added another clip? Oh god. Does it involve me screeching at a spider by any chance, Squiddy? Oh, hi tower. I don't like it out here. I don't like it out there. I don't like the vibes in that place, actually. Hold on, is there more up here then? And the ironic quote before that, oh god. Which ironic quotes? Oh no. I feel fear. I'm so excited to but I would love it if the floor stopped disappearing under my feet, actually. One way to find out true. That would mean I'd have to stop looking in all my chests to watch a clip though. What the fuck? Hello? Oh. I don't like that actually. Can you not? Can you not? Could you not? Is there anything good in here? Or like, I don't think so. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I don't like it out there. I don't like it out there. It's not fun out there. The vibes, rancid. Just rancid vibes out there. Ah, there's another one! Okay. This is fine. Where are you bitches coming from? Where are you coming from? I'm so fucking jumpy! Okay, I'm looking at the clip. I should be torching. I like that one. That's a good clip. Oh, it requires a key. Good thing I have one of those, right? Would it... Oh, I need more keys. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh god, they're everywhere. Oh, ew. Why are they everywhere? No. Stop. Ew. Ah. What is that? What is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of that, I wonder? I don't like it up here. I don't want to be out there. I don't like it out there. It's not the vibes, I don't think. Oh, hello, broken. Don't worry about it. Okay. I won't. I hope there's nothing important up there, because I can't really get up. Is there anything important up here? Oh, there might be. Oh boy, am I glad I did that. Well, no, I'm not, actually. I'm not glad I did that, because there was nothing important up here. Nope. Help! Someone's shooting at me! This is fine. Everything is fine. I'm not stressed. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Stress? Me? No way. Never been stressed in my life. Not on edge at all. Why would I, the bravest person ever, be stressed? Cool as a cucumber. You got it, Squiddy. I'm so chill, so normal. Nothing bad could possibly happen. I'm not going in those rooms. Nothing bad could— fuck, there's a spider up there. Nothing bad could possibly happen to me while I'm in this place. Everything's fine. Especially me. And my ability to not be scared of things. There's another one over there. I hate that. I should have gone in those rooms because I need 4 keys and there's only 3 doorways. I'm gonna lose it. How do I get up there? How am I supposed to get up there? If I told you I'd do it later, would you believe me? Oh, I don't want to go in those rooms. No, I didn't think you would. I don't expect you to either, because I'm— knowing me? Well, I'm gonna have to, actually. There's so many, like, flames here. I'm not sure how I feel about it, honestly. I don't like these guys. They suck. And I don't like them. Oh god, it's one of those. Fuck off. No. 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 I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, I'm not a fan, I'm not a fan, I'm not a fan. This is no! This better have a fucking key in it. Otherwise, I'm gonna riot. How am I supposed to get up here? Ah! Key? Fuck you. No! Go away! Don't do it! Don't do it! You're better than this! Please! No! I'm not rude. Oh god, there's so many of them! I don't like it, Squiddy, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna go back up that other tower again! You know what? It's a good thing I have feather falling on these shoes. Which room was it? Was it this one? I'm really hoping it was this one. Was it this one? Yeah. Okay. It was this one. It'd be funny to see this without armor. You are a sadistic bastard. Yeah. You know that? You... You... Why? My god. I don't believe it. What are you? Get off me! Get off me! didn't like that. It's gonna jump scare me. I better keep a safe distance while it does it. It was all up in my space. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Oh god, please don't spawn more of those. Oh, thank fuck. Diamond. I don't like this place! There's another spider thing. Ah! Anyway. Moving swiftly on. Oh fuck. I don't like bugs. I don't like them. Don't worry, I clipped it because you did. Because you that was probably a good moment, to be honest. I don't blame you for clipping that. That was that was genuine fear. That was genuine unaltered fear right there. I do not blame you for clipping that. Oh god, there's more. Why is there more? Ah! Hello. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, it's another one of those. It's another one of those. I don't like him. I don't like him. Pinch beetle. Fuck you, pinch beetle. I am not a pinch beetle fan. I'm telling you guys now. I'm not a fan of the pinch beetle. Fuck. It's one of those. Where am I going right now? Honestly. Oh, there's a chest here. Why am I going up more of these, like, sub-towers? What is the purpose of this? That's a balcony. What if I just went straight up? Oh, this is a nowhere. Okay, I have to get over there. Cool! Ow. Glad I switched to Minecraft. I'm glad I switched to Minecraft. I'm getting so many good clips out of this. I'm tense as fuck. But I'm full of clips. Where do I go from here? Where is the way into the tower? I'm gonna lose it. This is going to affect. Where is the way? I've like taken a wrong turn somewhere. I think. I need to be in here. I'm in like a weird sub-tower that I don't want to be in. And astral projecting is not cheating. It's for my mental well-being. So I want to be in here. Right? Okay. Don't aha me. It's not cheating. It's astral projection. Everyone can do it. There's so many noises in this place, and I'm not happy about any of them. Hi, spider. Fuck off. Oh, that's why! That's why! Oh my god! That's what the noises are! Oh! There's no answer! I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I ain't dealing with that. I ain't dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. Ugh. Think they can climb ladders? I don't want to find out, honestly. I remembered I have a bow. Fuck. In my face! Get out of my face! Out of my face, little bitches! Things out of my head. Gone sucker. Killing me 'cause I'm already. How am I supposed to get over here like that? Okay, I'm out of that room. Oh, hello, burnt zone. Surely that's not a problem. The burnt zone implies that the fucked up Gosling thing hasn't always been here. Fuck! And instead took over the place. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, bitch. Don't. No. No, we don't do that here. No. I have to do that thing with the locks again. I'm gonna lose it. Yeah. Scream at me all you like, you bitch. Die. Well, that's a man. That is, in fact, a man. A man. You can't fish here, Squiddy. No more fish. Oh, well, this is pretty. I'm not a big fan of that, though. I got sneezes in my nose! I am not happy about it. Where else would they be? That's where the sneezes live. What other location could possibly have sneezes in them? This is so cute. It's almost like I'm not in a fucking hellscape. What's with the femoral gut? That's just a hiccup. Like, tell me to my face that that is not just a hiccup. I also hate hiccups. Tower key. Okay. Ridiculously loud. Oh, my condolences. Okay, done this place. I have to make sure that I mark I've been here. I ain't dealing with it. I ain't got time for your bullshit. I ain't got fucking time, guys. Not dealing with it, lads. Oh my god, really? Every single fucking... Oh my god, so much tower going on. Not dealing with it, lads. Not fucking dealing with it. Let me in. Oh, it's not even good shit. No tower, that's the balcony. This is just the top. Not in here. Oh, I'm getting bored of this fucking tower already. If only I hadn't done this stupid tower key thing on a tower I did not need. Let me check. I actually need to get into this tower. Need to get in there, don't I really? Let's actually check before we do the rest of these tower keys. This is the main one? Yeah, it is. Okay, I do need to actually do this. Cool. Good to know, I guess. Vibe ideas. You got a badge? Oh, you got a badge! You're the #1 clipper! Congrats! So proud. Okay, key. Great. Nope. Ugh. You're a top clipper. Yay! You deserve it. Another key. Are these changing colors every time I come outside? I feel like they are. Let me out of this area, please. Do 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 do. Pop 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 pop. I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with it, Mr. Skelling Bones. Come here then. Come here then. You want to die? Die. You chose this. You hit me with slowness?